Hello and welcome back to City Skylines. So today we're going to be playing that map I made the other day. We'll see how this goes. If the video does well, maybe we'll make it into a series. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So the goal of this is to build up a city while the water rises up around you and survive without drowning to death. Most people don't drown to life though, so we're just going to get started, plotting down our basic structure for the city. Then I'm going to go with a basic design right here for our residential center, and we'll go with a similar design for the industrial area, keeping them close enough to allow transit between the two. Let me find the size of this one. We'll make it symmetrical. People usually like things being somewhat symmetrical. There we go. I think that's actually not a horrible design. It's a little bit off here, though. But what are you gonna do? What is this? 10, 10. That's just City Skylines being dumb. I tried. Okay, so let's go ahead and get water for our people. In this map, there is but one area you can actually take water from, so we're going to take it from there. Well, I mean, to start, I guess. The entire thing fills with water later. And because the entire thing is going to fill up with like a giant bathtub anyways, we're just going to pour the water out the side as far away as we can. Let's just toss it. And we've got that all connected. One moment. Sorry about that. Okay, so now that we've got this all set up, we're going to need a source of electricity. Thankfully, we have this little hill area over here, which is very convenient for our power needs. And as a plus side, it won't flood as quickly. I'm actually going to make this side residential just because they're going to build up first. And they're closer to the power. And it doesn't hurt as much to have the small residential buildings. They scale a bit better than the industrial buildings with my realistic populations mod. I'm going to zone this as commercial up to here, and then we're going to have the switch over to industrial. Once again, keeping things very equal. We still have this issue here. In order to make things a little bit more efficient, I think I'm going to give the industrial guys a way to get on and off of the highway right there, just because they add so much traffic. And let's get started. So things are looking good already. We have people moving in very quickly, actually. Going down the highway of death, which is aptly named because you are literally going down a 90 degree cliff face. But it's okay, the people are completely okay with it. It is completely safe. Look at them go. And we can see the map has started its thing. With the water pouring in, the challenge has officially begun. I'm not really sure how long it takes to fill. I estimated about 3 hours after doing a time-lapse. If you want to know about the building and such of this map, I do have another video on making it. Looks like Atlantis is gonna have a fun time. So let's name the city properly. If you're here from the new Vooperia or Vooperia city or whatever, this does not take place in the same universe. This series is completely separate. We've already had enough flooding in that universe. I'm just gonna find a clean way to hook up the power. Why are you complaining about water? Oh, you don't have power. Yes, that is an issue. Let's connect everyone to power. Fantastic, and we'll just use this. We're gonna have to do that. I want to go this way because it would have been a little bit cleaner, but we'll do that next, after everything's grown up a bit. And it looks like Atlantis has begun. How beautiful. Let me make sure that I have disasters off. There is no need to have disasters on this map. It is hard enough as is. We are probably going to die rather quickly. We can see the wall of water is approaching. We are actually about to become an island. Well, we technically are an island. We're surrounded on all sides by water. That water is just not on our shores yet. So we've got a pretty good design here for the city. It's... Oh wow, you weren't even using the specifically built road that I made for you. How stubborn. That's fine though. I'm sure everything's gonna be fine. Nobody's going to die. There are going to be no strange water level increases. Nothing bad's going to happen during this series. Going to continue on the grid design for a bit, just because this is about survival. This is about going fast and getting the land and supplies we need to survive. So I'm going to be slightly less fancy during this series. Sorry. I kind of don't want to die. There we go, a bit more water. Oh look, the beautiful ocean. It's here. Now we are raised up quite a bit, so we don't have to worry for a while. But we still do have to worry. Just we have some time. Coming into the bay. Hey planes, you wanna evacuate us out of this area? That would be very nice of you. Another thing about having this all here, we can just put a nice freight thing right here. Freight train. Go straight onto the railroad tracks. The city is going to hit its first issue, not when the water raises and it hits the buildings. The first problem is going to be when the... Well, which is going to happen first? It's about at this level, which... I guess this is going to flood first, this here. Once the cars are blocked off, that's when the problem's going to start, because once we have no in or outflow of people, the population is going to have a hard time staying up. That's okay, we'll figure it out. Let's just keep our people happy, keep them coming to the city, and not tell them about the impending doom. Ooh, lightning. The little tendrils of the island are now getting filled with water. We've got some islands, miniature islands over there, archipelago. It's looking good. If you're interested in the map, it is in the Steam Workshop, and I will link to it. Don't worry, you will be able to use this map for yourself, for your videos. If you feel like it, link back here. Just because... views. Let's expand the commercial sector a little bit more. Looks like the residential and commercial sectors are growing much faster than the industrial sector. Poor industry. They're having some issues. They don't have enough workers. Even though we have quite the city growing over here. We need to do something with the trash. Yeah, that's actually a fantastic question. I'm going to put it over by the sewage, because it's low down and it'll get destroyed quickly. And if the trash gets destroyed, I won't actually be sad, because it didn't really serve much of an important use anyway. We can just plop a new one down. And it's always a mess getting rid of the trash. You gotta let all of it out. You gotta empty the building. This is a much more efficient way to do it. Just let it flood. Put all of the trash in the ocean. Very environmentally healthy. Wait. Oh, we already have recycling centers available? Oh shoot, never mind. We will recycle. That was a waste of money, but you know what? Recycling. It gives us very slight resources. And it's just nicer, you know? I don't have to clean up anything. Looking good. We're gonna have to build a bit of the city up here because that area will survive longer. It looks like the map is already getting up there. The water is definitely rising. But the question is, how long do we have? It's been about 10 minutes. The level's just gonna slowly rise. Very calmly and slowly. And it will just keep pouring in. Now, I know there's a triad of different strategies we can use to get out of this situation, but I'm not sure if any of them will actually work. I'm thinking you could steal land from the very edge. If you were to get enough plots of land you could buy, you'd have to go 1, 2, 3, 4 out, though. So you need the 81 tiles mod to pull that off. And even though then the walls are so tall that the amount of money it would take to actually put a hole in it to let the water out, like, it would cost millions and millions to rip down even the tiniest section of that wall. It would not be easy. But we will see how it goes. I believe in you. Atlantis. You aren't quite Atlantis yet. Well, I guess Atlantis was called Atlantis before they fell into the ocean. Or was... I don't know how the story goes. Is it the people who discovered it that named it that, or was that the original name? These are all fantastic questions that I don't know the answer to, but since this isn't supposed to be accurate in any way and it's just a game, I'm gonna stop worrying about it. There we go. Another windmill, get a little bit more power. And we're a worthy village now. Look at us. We can do more things. And now we're responsible for fire and police. So let's go ahead and put fire on the industry side since they start all the fires. And then we will go ahead and put a police station on the residential side because they are all the criminals. Well, that's where all the criminals live. More people moving into the city. We are keeping our budget balanced for the most part, just because we're just going to move taxes up to 11% because nobody cares until you go above that. I think you can actually do 12%, but I'm not going to risk making all my people angry. Things are looking good. Let's go ahead and district things out. I think this is a proper district now. Park Square. It's not a park. What the heck? Pleasant Heights. That sounds like a nice area to go shopping. I'll stick with that name. I like it. And then Prospect. Job Prospect. See, they all make sense except for this. I'm gonna call it Wave Square just for the ironic effect. Because we need ironic effect. How is the water level doing, by the way? Oh, I wonder what the water... I never actually looked at this. What is the, arrows? Because it has all the arrows. What does it look like? See, this is something I never actually thought to look at. Which direction? They should all be facing in. Yeah, and the edges are the strongest area. So they're all facing in towards the island. And as it goes, it loses a little bit of its strength. But you'll notice that it's still facing towards the island. Although it is starting to get a little bit of a current going around it, which is interesting. Because technically it's coming in from all sides, but we've still got a little bit of a current. Oh, this one's turning. I can't decide. We've got tides going on a little bit. They're kind of getting wrapped around. Currents in a box. Now, something I didn't think of but could happen is that as time goes on, the water in city skylines can get a little bit unstable, and I'm wondering if keeping it in a box like this, every wave will just add onto the rest of the waves forever. So I wonder if the waves will just get absolutely insane after a while, but I guess we'll see. I'm assuming that they calm over time. de-escalates the waves, but if not, and they're just going to add on to each other, things could get very, very dangerous very quickly. It looks like these islands are actually about to be split. Or this, little archipelago. Well, the whole thing's archipelago. This little tendril. It's a weird word, but we're gonna use it. So that's kind of what it looks like. Or it looks like a hand with 3 fingers. Something. This level's about to go over, too. The water is rising. How scary. I like how the citizens actually move here. They're like, yeah, you know, you gotta go down, like, a road of death, and then you're surrounded by a giant box that water's rushing into, but something about the area, I really like it. I'm gonna move there. I guess this explains why people move into dangerous areas. They just feel like it. Although, I don't know how many people are actually being born here. The unlucky people. I think our birth rate is quite low right now since it's a new city. Everything's looking good right now. Are they actually using it? No. I was trying to be so nice to them giving them this road. And they didn't even care. Oh, that guy used it. Okay, never mind. Everything's great. We got the trash collection coming in. Let's educate our people so that they know how bad of an idea it is to live here. We can have the best scholars try to calculate how long it'll take for them all to die. Yeah, this map would be really intense with natural disasters enabled. Ooh, we're a tiny town now. We can do parks. And a lot of the animal ethics. Zoo animals receive extra care and activities. Huh. Oh. I need to do that on my other series. Fine for fireworks. Oh, geez. Okay, then. Looking good. Looking good. We've got a bit of extra spending money once again. Overall, things are going well. We do now have the upgrades necessary to make the roads slightly higher capacity, which is going to be good for our traffic situation, especially in our industrial area, which I'm just going to make the entire skeleton around it higher density. You don't mess around with the heavy freight. And this middle area will be all higher density roads as well, because it's carrying a lot of people. Looking good. Oh boy, this area. There's a battle over here. Will it be able to hold on? Will the island hold on to this bit? It looks like it's about to lose it. It's very close. It's about to be split in half. Well, not even close to half. Like 1/1,000,000th of the island. That's once again a huge exaggeration. I'm not good at these numbers. Okay, so the water level is clearly rising. We are going to have to definitely do something about it. But the question is, what are we going to do about it? We could just surround the city in pumps and pump the water onto the edges. That's a great idea. That may actually work if it was fast enough. If the pumps were fast enough, then we could keep the water at the edges of the map. Oh wow, it's very cut off now. That didn't actually take too long. I may actually have to use a San Vooperia method of a bunch of canals around it that are then pumped to the edges. That may actually not be a horrible idea. Not sure though. So I think when we buy, we're going to want to go this way, because then we have control over this area and we can fix it if something happens. And we're gonna try to build out to the edge, because that would be the easiest part to break, because it's a little bit lower. I mean, it is still absolutely way too far into the air. Like, the planes are almost hitting it. It's a proper mountain, man. That plane is just going in circles. Yeah, the planes are very low to the ground. Jeez. Look at that. They are barely above it. Is that plane actually on the ground? I think that actually was. Yeah, they're just barely missing it. Wow. Point being, lots of land. It would take a ton to dig through that. Like, an absolute ton. I don't know if it's possible. But we will see. I am very good at doing ridiculous things in this game. There we go. We've got a little bit of neighborhood that'll stick out there. We're just gonna use our space well. I don't want to be wasteful. Looking good. We already have water over there. And these guys are ever so slightly higher up than the rest of the town, so they will survive longer. Yay! Survival of the fittest. It even works for islands. Like literal... Or, I guess it doesn't work for the island, it works for the buildings. The smartest buildings survive. It's so nice, look at that. Nothing is going wrong in our beautiful city. But little do they know, somehow they can't see that. Little do they know. Or maybe we can make some really ridiculous reason they're here, like all the resources. Because this map has a whole lot of resources, like, we got oil all down here, we got agricultural all down here, and we got ore all down here. The question is it actually possible to use any of that? To get access to any of that? I have no clue. I made that with the craziest of players in mind. I'm not sure if it's actually possible to take advantage of them. But I'm sure someone will prove that you can. Because whenever you make something challenging to do, someone will do it within 10 minutes. Never tell the internet they can't do something. It's a horrible idea. So we've got Wave Square. We will go ahead and make our next residential district. Emerson Park. Sure. I don't know what your deal is with parks. You know, we will also make this. We'll do Strawberry Springs. Sounds better than Square. Strawberry Springs. That's where they get all their water. Isn't it great? Of course, there's nowhere else they could be getting water. Nowhere at all. I would put the pump on the outside, but, like, that's where the sewage is going, and it's being swirled around in a circle. So that would be a bad idea. How bad is the sewage? Oh, it's starting to become visible. I mean, I'm sure it's being diluted quite a bit by the amount of water coming in. But as our population goes up, we're just going to see brown sludge all the way around the island. The speed of the water is really high over here. I think you can actually see the difference in water height over here as well. Yeah, that's pretty intense. The waves are actually pretty serious, too. There's a lot of little waves. That's interesting. How bad are they at the edge? Oh yeah, you can definitely see that the waves are really fast, at least. Probably because of all of the different directions the water's pushing in. It's hard for it to make up its mind. Do we have the elevation chart yet? I think we do. Wind. That is not the one I want. Where's elevation? Elevation, there we go. So, how far has it went up so far? I literally can't see the water. Oh yeah, that's the water right there. So the water is right there. And now we go ahead and turn this on. It's right here. So the water has went up. We will count these big ones. So it's went up 2. 2 of these. And it has been 26 minutes. So every half hour we can expect 2. So in another half hour it will be about here. In another half hour it will be about here. Another half hour it will be about here. Another half hour it will be about here. 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 Here, 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 here. So we got a good few episodes until we start having serious issues. Like 10 hours of playtime. Really depends how much I edit the videos. Like, do I edit things out or do I just keep going? I don't think I'm going to edit anything out this time, though, because we've gotten a lot done, and I don't think I really was too repetitive. Oh. There we go. Let's just expand this up, and then we're going to end this episode because I need to program my project. Also, that was not right at all. I do not know why it suggested that to me. There we go. And then... is this too far away for it to, like, care? I think it's too far away. Okay, well, we'll do this the old-fashioned way. There we go. More residential. Whoosh. Did you see that? That was pretty fancy. Pretty darn fancy. Emerson Park, we will expand you a little bit to include them. Oh, so nice. So fantastic. What could possibly go wrong in the near future? I have no clue whatsoever. Thank you all for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you have enjoyed. And I will see you all next time. Bye! It would be a shame if everything were to flood.